Oh, that's a gray hair. Okay. You're like that long church service and it's still this hot. So I'm just throwing it out there, but maybe God's still in place with y'all. World news. A group of Colombian mercenaries, some of whom were trained by the American military, assassinated the Haitian president. And some of the 28 men, not including the dead ones, say that they knew that that is why they came to Haiti. It sounds so crazy that this could be the plot for the next Fast and Furious movie. I mean, if you're keeping count, so far in 2021, we've discovered that UFOs are 100% real. The coronavirus very much could be a man-made virus that was made in a lab. And there's an active plot to destabilize the first Black Republic. At this rate, everything that your crazy drunk uncle has sent you on WhatsApp is probably true. Maybe the earth is flat, and that's why Bill Gates put 5G technology in our phones so that the Chinese government would distract us with TikTok to keep us from the edge. Speaking of ways that are generation-specific means of communication, WhatsApp has blocked over 2 million users in India in an effort to stop the spread of fake news. 95% of the users were kicked off of the platform because they went over the amount of times a message could be forwarded, according to the new Indian IT laws. Imagine if that was here. The chaos that would cause. Where would we get our news clips and our political propaganda from? The radio? No one listens to the radio. New laws in North Korea hand out heavy jail time and even death if citizens are caught displaying foreign influence in music, fashion, and hairstyles. Kim Jong-un has said that K-pop music from South Korea is a vicious cancer. Wait till you hear the SoundCloud rap. With some defectors from North Korea saying that they fled because of their affinity to K-drama, it is little surprise that the country has put in place such harsh methods. Anybody found in possession of large amounts of content from Japan, South Korea, or America will be executed. And anyone caught watching content from these countries could suffer up to 15 years of hard labor. If you do 15 years of hard labor, for sure you can miss when Black Panther 2 and Blade come out. So, it's a real hard decision. Summer Sweat series. Some people, mostly politicians, say that I'm too rigid and hard. To which I say, thank you. But besides my diet, I don't think that I'm as flexible as I need to be. So this week, I went to yoga to bust it open for a real nirvana. So I've been doing a lot of lifting. And although I like to keep it tight, I don't want to keep it that tight. And so I thought I'd stop by yoga to see how they could help me.
My name is Laura Albury. I am the yoga teacher here at Evolve. The class that you did today is called a restorative flow. So it's meant to be really easy on your body. It's meant to help you if you're feeling really sore from the gym, if you have any tight areas that you want to work on. It's very minimal poses. Sometimes we don't even stand, but you hold the poses for a long period of time. And you're breathing really deeply in those poses so that you can lengthen those muscles that are tight or sore. All the weightlifting classes that you're going to do are definitely going to get you sore because your muscles will be pumped. So this is a great class to do after a class like that, or maybe like the day after when you're feeling really sore.
Was the class relaxing? Yes. So much so that it may have started a vicious rumor that while I was mid-pose, I fell asleep.
You fell asleep. Cue video. A lot of people think that they have to be flexible to do yoga, and that's not the case at all. Yoga actually makes you flexible. So the amount of years that I've been doing yoga, I could have never done what I can do now. So it just comes with consistency and practice. And once you get in it and you feel it, a lot of people tend to get discouraged because they are so tight. But the more you do it, I promise, the more you will see yourself get flexible.
Do you call and harass all of your students?
Hello, sir. Are you coming to my class this evening? Because I don't see your name in there. Maybe you a little more. So you can follow me on Instagram, which is Yogini Alora. So YOGINI.ALAURA. You can follow that for all of my upcoming workshops and classes that I do outside of Evolve. But Evolve does have a class pack that you can get multiple classes just for yoga if you're not interested in anything else. And I also do privates, so You can message me, DM me, and I can help guide you to whatever class that you need or whatever your needs are. Just come try a class. I promise you won't regret it. If it doesn't make you feel a little more flexible, it'll at least make your mind feel a little more flexible.
Does he have a six-pack? No. But look at those eyebrows. Don't you want your kid to have nice eyebrows? Do it for the children. Local news. This week, the FNM ratified its final 4 candidates for the upcoming elections. We're still in the pandemic, but it is good to know that COVID doesn't work amongst large gatherings once they're political. I mean, this is why you couldn't have a birthday party, but both political parties could stuff all of their members into small buildings with no windows to ratify which person is going to lose in Fox Hill. The emergency orders say that you can't have more than 20 persons at a social gathering. And how many persons have been at these political ratifications? Loan. You know, like ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Loan people was there. But that is because it's not a social event. It's a political event. And even COVID is sick of politics. So the next time the police pull up at your party and they're like, you know, you can't have a social gathering of more than 20 people, you can just tell them in confidence, sir, we are a political party. Do you think we're wearing the same color because this is a all-white party? No, that's our party colors. Honestly, the courts owe Julian an apology. That wasn't a party. It was a party convention. Hashtag free Julian. Hashtag Caribbean slide out of Fox Hill. Now, if it seems like I'm taking the pandemic less seriously, it's because I'm following the lead of Renard Wells, the Minister of Health. He says there must be a safe way to hold political rallies because complicated government policies only work if you have a DJ and free beer. Referring to the recent American elections, Wells reminded us that the Democrats stood up on their stages and there were others who were in vehicles and they were able to speak and get their message out. No doubt, he will put a little spin on it and have the cars in an enclosed area with the engine running. As to when the election might take place, no man knows the hour nor the day but Menace. And Wells knows better than to even pretend to know. And I don't speak for the Prime Minister. Everyone knows the Prime Minister's tongue ain't got no bone, and he can speak for himself. The Prime Minister's tongue doesn't have a bone. Is he suggesting that Menace's tongue doesn't have a spine? He could not be suggesting that the doctored, most honorable second of his name, Valley-born Hubert Menace tongue lacks character. I mean, come on. It's one thing we know for sure. If the Prime Minister is a human being, then his tongue does have a bone, because that's how they are. But then again, who am I going to believe about medical stuff? Science and doctors, or Renard Wells? We pay him $100,000 a year. Retractions and corrections. So last week, I did a video about the islands of the Bahamas, and because I'm not a politician, I listen to what the people say, and I am here to fix any mistakes that were made. Also, just a heads up, most of these complaints came from Grand Bahama. I demand a recant. Apparently, people from Grand Bahama were offended by flower pap. They do not eat flower pap. They call it flower pappy because, you know, like how they don't know how to pronounce parking, and they pronounce parking, parky. Standards too high to drive on Nassau streets and touching the power lines. Bruh, just call a name. No, because then when I visit Grand Bahama, I still got to drive through South Bahama to get to Hunters. One viewer wanted me to know that although I mentioned the national parks in Abaco, I should know that there are 32 national parks throughout the country. Honestly, that message feels very Nasuvian. Like, Abaco can't get no shine? Look, I just need to know what you say about Long Island. Thanks. And that's in reference to the part that was bleeped out in the last video. Honestly, I don't remember exactly. But it was something along the lines of, I don't know much about the food, but what I do know is that Long Island girls are dangerous but delicious, like barracuda. And every time I see one, my belly is break down and my eyes start to twitch. But I miss the taste. Long Island is mutton, bro. Okay, now I'm beginning to feel unloved. I know Long Island is sheep-run country, but I'm only drawing memories of eating chicken parm and pizza. So I guess, like, you only get mutton if the family like you. Or something. Whatever. Raiders. True God. You ain't have to do Long Island like that. Wait, I do have a retraction. I was very tired. I mistakenly put Meguana instead of Inagua as one of the titles. And for that, I apologize because Inagua people, there's good people. Most of them. Like 90%. The bad ones, they sent off the island. So, yeah.
Why?
Hey, we made it to the end of the video. So, glad you're here. Clearly you support. Like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. But also in comment. If you comment, that helps the algorithm. Even if your comment is just like LOL or a smiley face. Or, more complaints from Long Island and Grand Bahama. But the audiobook, it's done. It is in the store. It's live right now. You can go and get your own copy of the audiobook called 7 Get Rich Schemes That the Government Doesn't Want You to Know About, just because the plans are slightly unethical and borderline criminal. Go get it. It's great. I promise you. The end.